Can you tell me the difference between AAWSAP and AATIP?
Yeah, depends who you ask and what day of the week. I can tell you with my involvement. When I came in, the contract was under the auspices of AAWSAP. Think of a big umbrella. There was a
SAP.
smaller effort. AAWSAP, AAWSAP. And then there was a effort, and that included Skinwalker Ranch. Then there was a more focused, nuanced effort that was focused primarily on military incursions of UAP, and that was my focus. That was my interest in that. And so some of the folks that were working AAWSAP were also part of AATIP. Some people will tell you that AATIP was a nickname, but it also became a very formal name. And you can see that in the 2009 memo that Harry Reid wrote to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Lynn, where he talks about AATIP. And P in AATIP means program. Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. You can see in other documentation that the Pentagon has as well that AATIP was a formalized program later on. And in fact, you had the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence himself testifying before the American people, saying that they reviewed the AATIP files and the Blue Book files, another UFO program, a predecessor to AAWSAP and AATIP. So it's, really depends who you ask. Some folks will tell you that AATIP was actually part of AAWSAP, or others will say, no, it wasn't. I personally, I can give you my perspective, but I'm sure there's 100 people out there that will tell you what their perspective is.
And you were the director of AATIP.
I was the senior ranking person. I had my own staff that answered directly to me, but it's also important to note, Glenn, that there are other individuals that I worked with that we were colleagues, we were co-workers, and they worked in other organizations, other agencies. They didn't necessarily report to me. We worked together. So I had my own staff at the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence. I was the Director of National Program Special Management Staff. And in that capacity, I ran AATIP as a director for those people. But then there were other individuals, colleagues that I worked with as well that weren't under me necessarily. We worked together.